This story is a hot, complete mess. And this story is a prime example of all that glitters is not gold. This couple is an interracial couple. Christian Toby Osabi is a Nigerian in America. He was initially residing in Texas, Austin, Texas. Actually, they both were. She was in Austin, Texas as well. And then they eventually relocated to Miami, Florida. And he was residing with her in a beautiful, high tower, prestigious, expensive apartment in Florida. And they apparently have had a long stretch of just toxicity in their relationship. It has been very, very toxic and volatile. However, you can see lovely romantic photos like this posted on at least his page of just how happy allegedly he appears to be with his beautiful snow bunny there, Courtney Tailor. But friends have been reporting that this has been a long, toxic relationship. If anyone doesn't know who Courtney Tailor is, she is an OnlyFans model. Not model, but she does OnlyFans. She has an OnlyFans page. She also had partnered with Playboy in the past, which, you know, they have posted a lot of her photos on their page, which led to her getting over 2 million followers on her Instagram. She talks about it. She actually has a YouTube with 14,000 subscribers, and she answered one of her followers' questions, and they asked, you know, how did you get so many followers on your Instagram? And during her answering that question on her video, she stated that she the Playboy had posted some of her photos on their profile, and they started posting her photos about every week pretty much. And as they did that, each week she was getting about 5,000 subscribers. And so she ended up rising to this high fame. She's appeared in different films, such as American Psycho. She's been in commercials, the Pepsi commercials. She has a pretty high profile in the industry that we're going to go and talk about. But let's just look at some of these photos that we could see here, just of them seeming so happy. Actually, we're going to talk about this photo a little later, so we'll go into the details of the story. But for now, let's actually watch a video about the incident, and then we will go into the details of the case.
Stabbed to death in a posh apartment building in Edgewater. Police tell us this was the only homicide they've had in this area so far this year.
Yeah, very high-end building here. Let's get straight to CBS 4's Joe Gorcho with what we know so far about the story. Joe.
Elliot, Lauren, we are beginning to learn more details tonight about an alleged murder that took place inside one Parisio. I had a chance to speak with several residents here earlier this evening, and they tell me that they received an email from management about a domestic dispute, but did not provide more information other than that. Now, we have since learned from Miami PD that a stabbing took place here on Sunday night, and speaking with friends that knew the victim, the man killed was 27-year-old Christian Toby Abumuseli. He died after being transported by Miami Fire Rescue to JMH Trauma. We did have a chance tonight to speak with several of Abumuseli's close friends, and the news, as one can imagine, comes as quite a shock. Abumuseli, by all accounts, was caring and had a great spirit. Now, Abumuseli's close friends tell me that he recently moved to Miami with his girlfriend to live at one Parisio. We've also been told by Miami PD that one person has been detained concerning the stabbing. Joe Gorcho, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Free tax U.S.
So the key words you hear, though, this man was stabbed to death, pretty much dead, apparently stabbed with one time in the shoulder, and he just basically bled out. And the only thing is, oh, she was just detained. She wasn't arrested. Clearly, no, there was a crime that happened. She wasn't arrested. Her allegation is that this was a self-defense incident, that there had been, you know, prior incidents with...
If you're trying to lose belly fat, stop doing cardio. This sounds kind of backwards, right? Well, believe me,
I hate commercials. Sorry, guys. But here's the actual video of her at the incident. She's all bloody. Actually, I'll show you a video of her when she did a post. She did a video with her OnlyFans with the same clothes on, talking about her dreams of wanting to have kids one day and stuff like that. One kid, actually. And she looks intoxicated in the video.
guys see this app right here?
All right, so that's a video of her all bloody, being detained, not arrested, but detained. And apparently she did this OnlyFans video here with the same exact clothes on before she brutally stabbed and had this volatile argument with her boyfriend. But the reason why I want to show this video is, number one, just study her demeanor in the video, and she appears to already be intoxicated. And this woman has a substance abuse issue. She has a prior DUI charge, and she was sued civilly for crashing her car. And basically that charge was related to alcohol. At least the DUI was related to being intoxicated and driving while she was intoxicated. And my belief is that when she drove and crashed her car and personally injured that poor victim in that case, she probably was intoxicated at that point. So it seems like this woman has a drinking problem. Even, we'll talk about a little later, the Shade Room has reported that she just recently, even though she was allegedly let go from the medical ward because she claimed that after she stabbed him, she was going to be suicidal or self-conclude basically, and they basically put her into a medical ward, and she was seen just recently in the public drinking at a social event or someplace. She was out drinking at a place, I don't know if it was a hotel or where she was in a public location, and there were people actually that recorded her. So this woman is out, and she also was posting OnlyFans photos of herself after she brutally murdered her boyfriend allegedly. So let's just look at this video first, and we'll talk a little bit about that.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? That's a good question. Okay. I see myself with say 2 children. I would say at least 1 kid. In like 5 years, I want 1 kid. Should I have a daughter or a son? I want like a kid. A few houses. Business going on. Maybe, probably not OF, but we'll see.
So Dinah, that post right there was the post before she stabbed, or before they got into the volatile argument. So this is before the incident. So the key things I wanted you to look at is just her demeanor. She looks intoxicated. I actually have seen people, the same lethargic, kind of slow kind of speech as she's talking. She seems kind of delayed in her, just her whole body language. It looks like someone who is completely intoxicated. I've seen people behave the exact same way when they are intoxicated. And this woman definitely has a drinking problem. So that was a concern to me because I don't know what kind of person she is when she gets drunk. Well, I already know she is not good at driving when she gets drunk, but does she become volatile? Her friends have said that she has physically battered Christian Toby in the past. And then there's on the other side, there is a neighbor that lives at that residence in the area where they live, who alleged that he had saw Christian slap her. And there is an indication that she called the police in the past month 7 different times. So there has been a history of domestic violence or issues between the 2 parties. Clearly, though, the friends that know her personally have said that she is the aggressor. There also were friends from Texas that have known Christian that said that he was a very sweet, gentle, kind man. So there are both sides. Her attorney has come out with a statement alleging that this is a self-defense case. So she is claiming that he was the aggressor. She was afraid for her life and she stabbed him allegedly. Problem is, a lot of people are in uproar about this case because she has not been arrested and clearly she killed someone. And people are in an uproar because they're thinking there's an issue with this being because she is, a Caucasian woman and there is a Black man involved. And they're saying that is one of the reasons why she's getting favored in certain treatments. And that's why this is now going to be becoming a very controversial big case. And it's slowly going to, I don't believe if they don't do something, it's going to probably be protests and different things. So it's good to at least talk about the case. So Courtney, her real name is Courtney Clenny. She goes by Courtney Tailor. She allegedly stabbed her boyfriend this past Sunday, April 3rd. They responded to the location. He had basically, they said there was blood everywhere in the parking lot. He was next to a prestigious car, just bleeding out completely. That's why he died. He pretty much bled out in a public area. So they probably have camera surveillance. They probably have witnesses. There were loud screams heard during the incident. So it was a very violent death that he died. At least he was probably screaming, you know, as he was stabbed. But now her recent Instagram post offers some insight into the days ahead of the killing. The model was sharing a photo and a caption, another innocent post on Sunday, just weeks before. And actually, she had a photo of her and Christian saying, you know, partners in crime or whatever, which was kind of eerie because now she just killed him. Courtney was detained at the police station, and again, detained. Why was she not arrested? People are in uproar about the fact that she was not arrested and pretty much has been released at this point because they've seen her in public sightings. And after the fact, she's posted these thirst trap photos after the murder. So we'll get into that a little later, but that's why people are in an uproar about this case. And it's slowly becoming a big issue. It's like kind of under the cracks and people are talking about it. You can see it in different posts, but I'm telling you, this case is going to get more publicity as it unfolds. Court documents viewed by The Sun also show she was previously sued, as I talked about, by a woman after a car crash in August 30th, 2018, while she was driving in Austin. She was accused by the plaintiff of causing personal injuries, property damage, loss of use of the woman's vehicle, according to the filings in Travis Scott. This woman eventually dismissed the charges after they reached a settlement. So apparently Courtney paid the woman out. And she has a pretty good, lucrative amount of money. She does have 2 million subscribers on her Instagram. She has a small little YouTube that she doesn't really keep track of. The last time she posted on that YouTube, which has 14,000 subscribers, was 3 years ago. So clearly she's not really making much, and she's not making anything from that, but she is making a lot of money from her other contracts that she does. Details of the arrests were not immediately available from the Austin apartment, but filings show that she had retained an attorney, and this is related to her DUI that she had in 2020. She was arrested for a DUI, and she had to install one of those interlock devices to track the level of alcohol that she had in her system. Her mugshot, you guys could see that she looked pretty disheveled in the mugshot that they had. Actually, let's see if this is the mugshot. We could talk about that real quick. Yeah, here it is. So here is the mugshot of her when she got the DUI. Actually, this is that thirst trap photo she posted after she brutally murdered her boyfriend, pretty much. This is a very disturbing case. That's why I wanted to bring it to you guys to see what you guys think, because this is just disturbing to me. Her friends speak out, as we talked about, and her friends, and these are people that know them very well. So I think they have a lot more credibility. However, this case is going to be very controversial and difficult for the prosecutor because they have a witness that is a neighbor that claims he has saw Christian Toby slap Courtney. And I don't know if this was during the incident or in a prior situation, but he has saw that. And the fact that he is a disinterested party, which means if he allegedly doesn't know the couple, we'll see if as the information comes out whether he really knows her or not, or them. But if he doesn't know them and he's just a disinterested party, he may be more credible if he doesn't have any issues. They may basically weigh his testimony more than, say, a friend that they can say, oh, you're biased, you liked Christian more and stuff like that. So that's going to be an issue at this trial, is the differing viewpoints from the witnesses and what interest they have involved, this is going to be pretty tough for the prosecution. But let's just talk a little bit about Courtney, get to find out really who she is. She has appeared in a handful of advertisements for Pepsi, Cirrus Logic, Celebration Church. She discount dollars, along with appearing in commercials. She's also done some acting work for TV and films. She having a minor role in American Psycho, The Lying Game, Unstoppable, and Boyhood. Possibly her most well-known role was in 2016 movie Everybody Wants Some. And in late 2015, she did a photo shoot in the Playboy magazine. And that's basically what made her go viral, is, they started posting her weekly on their page. And then every week they posted, she gained at least 5,000 subscribers until she rose to about 2 million now. And so she now has an OnlyFans page now that she uses, and we'll talk about that a little later. She was born April 21st, 1996. She also does fitness. She's a fitness influencer as well. So she's a model, actress, and a fitness influencer. She posts, fitness tips on her Instagram as well as on her YouTube. And she has done a number of competitions, national competitions, because she is a bikini athlete. So, let's see. There's people now just in an uproar. There's people all over that have, gone into the comments. They're really gaining an interest in this case. People are calling her all kinds of names. It's getting to, she can't even go in public, which we'll talk about, that she was seen in public, I think yesterday, drinking alcohol again, which I think she has a drinking problem, which is probably why this incident happened. She's probably a violent drunk when she gets drunk. And I think this is probably what led to this incident. The OnlyFans accused of killing her boyfriend appears to have spoken about future plans, which we've just seen that video of her before she brutally murdered him, hours before she did that. And she looks, you guys, we'll do that. Let's go back to that video because she looks drunk. I just want you guys to look at that again and tell me what you think. To me, she looks intoxicated, like she's been heavily drinking. And she has the same exact outfit seen, but let's go over that. I think we've already talked about this. So the family is in an uproar about this because, of course, this woman they feel like they're not getting justice. They feel like their son's life does not matter at this point because she is just roaming freely, and let's just look at this video one more time. I just need you guys to look at her. And if you've been around someone who is intoxicated, you can see the indicators that I'm seeing. She looks lethargic. She looks she has kind of a slow, mellow type demeanor, kind of like that's what people get when they're very intoxicated. So just look at this one more time. This is the same clothes she's seen wearing later on after she stabs him, and it's all bloody, the TMZ video that we saw earlier.
If you need to file one or more state tax returns, you need to visit freetaxusa.com. Our online tax software guides you through each step of your taxes and helps you find
Sorry
the
guys,
deductions
these ads are annoying.
Each state tax return is less than $15 to prepare and e-file. Your
Okay, no
maximum
more
refund.
ads, guys. Sorry about the ads. See, look how she's all danced. She just gives me that intoxicated vibe, the way she's
Where do I see
acting.
myself in 5 years? That's a good question. Okay. I see myself with say 2 children. I would say at least 1 kid. In 5 years, I want 1 kid. Should I have a daughter or a son? I want a kid. A few houses.
Yeah, Dinah, she's saying she has mental health
Business
issues,
going on.
allegedly. But
Maybe
that's her
probably not
allegation,
OF,
that she
but
was saying she was going to self-conclude. Basically, Dinah. Yeah, so
If you need to file one or more state tax returns, you need to visit freetaxusa.com.
sorry
Our
about that,
online
guys.
tax software guides you through.
Yeah, so when she was detained, she claimed that she was going to self-conclude, and so they basically put her in a medical psych ward or whatever, but she was seen just yesterday out in public drinking alcohol. So, yeah, it's not really, everybody's in an uproar because like, okay, if you are allegedly having, a medical issue, a mental health issue, why are you out drinking alcohol? We're going to go over that video if someone actually videotaped her sitting out. I think she probably was with her dad. But let's just go into the history of who she is. So her preference is that she only dates rich Black men, allegedly. So she, before this incident happened, about just 2 weeks before this incident, brutally stabbing Christian, there was a podcast that she did where she was interviewed and she said, I only date rich Black men and she doesn't like to be controlled, saying she never wants to be told what to do. Let me see if I can find that video really quick. I thought I had it up already, but if I don't, sorry guys. Oh, here it is.
I'm Courtney Tailor, and I do OF for a living.
OnlyFans. You got 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date Black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify. I only date rich black
Okay,
guys.
rich black guys. There we go. And you know, so you know you're toxic.
Yeah.
You can tell she like black guys. It's like, especially black guys. For all you watching, I'm with it. Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive. Pretty well, yeah, in the bedroom.
Yes.
But like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
So you only want them to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want them to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it. Yes.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships. Be
Oh,
careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like.
Exactly.
Toxicity.
Tell me.
So you only date rich black guys. So like, have you ever dated like any politicians or only like rappers or athletes, or what kind of rich black guys?
No dope boys, no politicians.
Just strictly athletes.
I mean, well, you know, dabble here, dabble there, a little bit.
Have you ever dated any celebrities?
Dated? Well, I mean, yes.
What celebrities have you dated?
Just like athletes. Jermichael Finley, but don't look him up. Don't look him up. Don't look him up because it's gonna make you look really bad.
How much do you make a month?
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year.
Multiple six.
All right, so that was just a video of her just 2 weeks before this
This
incident.
is 27-year-old.
So that was just 2 weeks, you guys, before the incident that she says she only dates rich black men. She doesn't like to be controlled. She likes to be submissive in the room, basically. But that controlled part can be important because if you guys know Nigerians, and I don't like to generalize, but culturally, a lot of times, typically Nigerian men can be the controlling type in their culture. Usually the man is the leader in the relationship and the woman is the submissive type woman. That is their culture. I'm not sure if he was actually born in Nigeria or is he an Americanized Nigerian? Does he go by the culture or is he, is he Americanized, meaning does he follow the American customs or does he follow more of a Nigerian culture? But if he follows Nigerian culture and if he is familiar with that, they typically do have the kind of controlling leadership type, the woman is the submissive role. So I don't know if that was where they butt heads, where they had conflicts. Was that an issue involved in a relationship? We don't know. There is also a background story with Christian Toby that there's another side to him as well. That's why there's different sides where some people are in an uproar because they feel like there's no justice, that she's roaming free. She's able to do all these OnlyFans posts. She's out drinking alcohol after the incident. She's not even in this alleged custody that they were supposed to put her in the medical ward. She's out drinking, So people are in an uproar. They're saying this Caucasian woman is getting away with killing this black man. That's what people are saying, you guys. I'm just reporting because of the color of her skin and that black lives don't matter. Some people, though, on the other side are like, they don't care what happened to Christian Toby. They claim that he has had a history of having animosity towards black women. If you go to his Twitter, he does post a lot of things about controversial things where he bashes black women. He has an animosity, a specific direct animosity towards black women, and he intentionally does not date black women. But basically, here's a report that I found that he had old tweets that surfaced where he bashes black women and he said all lives matter. And that's where there's like mixed views about some people saying, well, they don't care. Other people do care. But let's just go over some of them. Okay. So in old tweets shared from Christian Twitter account, he appears to call out black women saying that white, Titties, I'm not going to say the word, are greater than black Titties, okay? He made it clear that he only dated white women, saying first that black girls are not his type. And that's fine to not be your type, but you don't need to directly go and bash another ethnicity, especially your own ethnicity, even though, African-American, Nigerians, they're two different cultures, but you still don't bash, you're still African, okay? We're from the African descent. You don't bash your own people or you don't bash another ethnicity just because you don't prefer them. You can just say, hey, it's not my thing, but you don't need to directly go out and start doing a campaign against black women. And that's why some people are they're kind of having issues with the whole story, basically. But it wasn't just a preference towards white women. Christian seemed to have some type of animosity towards black women. In one tweet, he wrote, "Black girls disgrace themselves on TV." And in another, he wrote, "I'm tired of these Black girls in my government class." So it's just like he just has a hatred. And it's just kind of disturbing that you are Black, my friend, whether you know it or not. So why would you talk down? It's like as if when people do that, it makes me feel like they're having an internal struggle with themselves. If you're talking about someone of your own race, of the different gender, are you struggling with your own self-worth and your own self-value that you have to bash your own, basically to make you feel better, I guess. I don't know. That's just kind of weird. It also seems like Christian didn't support Black social justice protests like Black Lives Matter movement. He wrote that he doesn't mind football being interrupted for discussions of military and breast cancer, but thought it shouldn't be for issues on racial justice. Here are just some of the alleged tweets he sent out. He said, "The way Black girls disgrace themselves on TV." This is one of his posts. And you can see his username if you want to go actually on there. This was March 28th at 9:42. Then he says, "Oh my effing, you guys know what that means. Black girls are born knowing how to shake they ass. Me, honestly, I don't care. They not my type." And then he says that's the one that we just talked about, the white TITTIES and Black TITTIES, just saying. So that was the one we just talked about. Can't believe, he said, "Can't believe," I don't want to say the part, OOMF, "thinks I talk to Black girls when I don't. Once again, I'm tired of these Black girls in my government class." Again, this was like a decade ago, you guys. This was May 3rd of 2012. He's already, feeling these thoughts towards his own Black people, basically Black women. "Football can be the time and venue for breast cancer military DV awareness, but bring up Black Lives Matter, it's not the right time." Okay. And that's his opinion, but you don't have to bash Black women because that's not your type. You don't have to talk down. And that's why some people are having controversial issues. They're kind of in an uproar that, he disowned his people basically, and now he's going around saying he thinks one ethnic group is better. That is not his own, basically his own preference. And so there are some people in different chats that I've been watching that are showing a disinterest in the case and not really showing any empathy for the situation, which is sad because someone lost their life. And I understand, I don't like him bashing Black women. As a Black woman, I don't appreciate that. But I don't think anyone should be brutally murdered either, just as a human, on a human perspective. So I want to know what you guys think about that. So there has been recent post of her recently, just after the incident happened on May 3rd. Oops, sorry guys. What just happened? I just had the photo up and it went away. Okay, there it is. So after this incident happened, this woman, and there's two different scenarios this could have happened. So April 3rd, she brutally stabs him. She gets detained. Detained just means they hold you just so they can ask you questions. You're not arrested. You're not lawfully arrested. You can actually basically leave and be like, "Oh, I'm out. I'm tired of talking to you. I don't want to be here anymore." But anyway, so they just detained her to question her about the incident. She does her little fluffy tears claiming self-defense, but she does have a track record of calling 7 times. Like I said, this is going to be a very tough case for the prosecutor because of the fact that she has a record of the 911 calls. Hopefully we'll get to hear those as this case unfolds, to hear what she said, who was the aggressor in those different phone calls and incidents. Then we've got a neighbor saying that he has seen Christian be physically aggressive and slap her, I believe, open-handed, which I've heard that statement going around. And I can find the video again of him. I will definitely post links in my description page of any other sources I see that can show that. But basically, so after April 3rd, she is released. She is posting April 4th. She's posting thirst trap photos of her on her OnlyFans page. And it's just, people are disturbed. How is she posting all these thirst trap photos after you brutally murdered your boyfriend? And then they claim that, okay, she said she wanted to self-conclude. That's why they put her in a medical hospital. But how is she able to post these thirst trap photos? There's one or two things that could have happened. you can post things and you can set it up to be released on certain dates. So did she do that? Did she pre-set these up to be released on those dates? That could be one argument. Or this woman has been released and she's just a crazy lady that's going out here, doesn't care what she did, and is now trying to find the next victim, basically out there finding the next victim. And just recently, there was a video on Shade Room. See if I can find that video for you, where someone saw her at a public place. Here is just recently.
Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll videotape her. Right now, yeah, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed your boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So that was, she was there getting a drink at a hotel bar in Miami, you guys, after she brutally murdered her boyfriend. This is just crazy, you guys, just crazy that they're letting her just go ahead freely and enjoy her life after she just brutally stabbed her boyfriend. But here's a post on someone's page who videotaped her, said, "Not this fool Courtney being out at a bar in Miami like she didn't just kill Toby Abusami a few days ago, but I thought you were mentally unstable and going to self-conclude. It's the audacity from me." So, like, you guys, this is just appalling that this woman is out roaming freely. There's two different controversial issues involved with, some people saying they don't care. Like I told you guys, they think that, this gentleman is, completely against his culture. He's bashing Black women. And then there's a side where, there's people that are appalled that this woman is getting away with the crime. But here is the incident after the video. Oh, I think I showed this already, guys, but this is the video of her after the same outfit you saw her in that live. That's the bloody outfit now after that video. She's now bloody with the cops. So I don't know what you guys think about this case, but this case is disturbing. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there is an injustice at play here? I'm completely appalled that she is not arrested. I understand that she has a claim that it was self-defense, but they should have still arrested her until they gathered all of their information and then went to trial. They have enough to show that she at least committed some type of crime, and she can prove that during the trial that she has a defense. But she shouldn't be roaming free at a hotel, drinking alcohol, living her best life, posting OnlyFans page, photos after she brutally murdered her boyfriend. I mean, is this a racial issue? Is it because, this is a Black man who was dating a Caucasian woman, and there's this underlying belief that, Black men are aggressive, and this is a docile woman who was victimized? Is that the perspective of society and why she is getting this, this light treatment? Or is there something else at play going on? What do you guys think? Comes off as self-hatred to me. Yes, Purple Love, it does come off as self-hatred. How could you talk down about your own people, basically? She should definitely be arrested. It's enraging. It is, Shay. If it was reversed, he would have been arrested. Exactly, Shay. Exactly. This is just that's also an argument, Shay, that there's also gender bias here. We got a woman claiming self-defense. But again, I don't know, because I've seen other couples where just a woman in Miami, she was a Black woman. She was dating, I think, a Hispanic man in Florida. And she just shot a gun in the ceiling. She didn't kill him. She didn't shoot the guy. He's still alive. She shot the gun in the ceiling because he was historically abusing her. There was a long history of domestic violence. There was long reports about it. There was photos, everything. This woman definitely had a history of being abused by him. And she was afraid he was going to take her life that day. So she shot the gun in the air as a warning to get him to back away. This woman was facing life in prison. Okay, there was a huge issue, but I don't know if you guys seen that report a couple years ago, but she was facing life in prison for that. And so, there's that issue. She was a black woman though. So there's there a racial issue involved for why she's getting fair treatment in this? What do you guys think about his views of black women? Why are people having an issue with now not showing any empathy for him because of his views? What is your perspective? Is she on drugs? I know Anime, she might also be on drugs. You are right. She looked like she was on something. The way she was talking, her voice was very lethargic and slow and delayed. And she looked like she was on something. I don't know what it was, but there is a history of her having alcohol issues. Didn't she plead insanity? Dinah, yes, she's saying that she was going to self-conclude, basically. And that's why they basically, put her in that medical ward, basically. And then now somehow she got out of that and she's over there drinking now. That doesn't mean she shouldn't be arrested. Oh, that doesn't mean she shouldn't be arrested. Goodness, they let her go. I know exactly, Dinah. This has enraged so many people. She's murdered him and she gets to walk free. Exactly. And she's out here posting pictures and everything, just living her best life, drinking, enjoying her life. I don't think it should be taken as a compliment when a white person says they only date black people. Yeah, it's not. So I just wanted you guys to know her perspective. I wondered though if the control thing had an issue. Really, I was thinking, because I know sometimes Nigerian men can have that control aspect. I don't know if he was actually, was he raised Nigerian or was he raised as in the American customs? I have no idea. Comes off as self-hatred. Yes, it does. Well, the reality shows like Love and hip hop are degrading, but that doesn't represent all black women. Exactly, Purple Love, it doesn't. I mean, you're a sweet, eloquent woman. I am educated black woman. There's a lot of other sweet, educated black women that don't reflect the generalizations of what he said, but he has basically put, black women in this, category of being, this negative perspective of what he has said. And he just continually has had this negative perspective. And that's why there's an uproar in the black community that are, some people are opposed to this thing. Oh, well, he got what he asked for, or he got what he wanted. That's what people are saying. I don't believe that, but I'm just saying what I've been looking around, watching different people's reviews and comments. And some people are on one side saying, oh, whatever, they don't care because they don't like what he said. And there's other people that are in an uproar. So there's different sides that are different perspectives from different communities. And so I wanted you guys to at least hear those sides. And then let me know what you guys think. The same laws and consequences just don't seem to apply to them. Exactly, Dinah. No justice for him. That's sad. She's going to go out there and she's going to go out and take another break. That's probably why she only dates. That's what I'm wondering why. This is another thing why I wanted to show you that part where she says she only dates black men. Why does she only date black men? Does she know that, there's this underlying perspective that, if she dates this black man and if she becomes hostile and aggressive towards them and happens to take their life, there's not going to be any consequences because all she has to do is put on the tears, like the typical Karen, put on those tears and say, he assaulted me, he battered me, and the police are going to believe her and she's going to walk. Is that why she intentionally dates black men? Does she, so I'm thinking, why does she date black men? That's why I think that is also a fact that you should think about. Is that why she dates black men? Because she knows that she won't be held accountable for the things that she does? We don't know. Of course, Dinah, she could be drinking a lot to cover her feelings of guilt if she has a conscience. I don't think she has a conscience, Dinah. I mean, she's out there posting OnlyFans photos after the incident. This woman clearly does not care. I think she probably intentionally dates black men because maybe of her reasoning that maybe she can just do what she wants and doesn't have any accountability. Make me wonder if she only dates black men and believes this way if she has, taken a life before and gotten away with it. Exactly, Dinah. Exactly. I mean, we see it happen so many times. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but there's been a lot of black women being killed by white men, like drugged. There was one woman, she was drugged. They claim that she took the drug herself, but the family said she never took any forms of drugs and she wasn't known to take any type of pills or whatever. But she basically met this guy online. He came to her house. I believe he gave her that drug. She was found with drugs in her system, but I believe he put it in a drink because they were drinking. She went to a bathroom. She left out of that house to talk to her brother. I believe while she was outside, he put something in her drink. And they put date drugs, they put fentanyl, stuff like that. When it's a common drug, they put in those type of drinks. And I think he specifically did that so he could have his way with her. But unfortunately, things went bad and she ended up passing away. And that was a Caucasian man and a black woman. And he has, till this day, has not been arrested for that. He's basically walked scot-free. Another incident happened with a police officer who was friends with a black woman. They were at his house. She ended up dead. Same thing. She had drugs in her system. Family said they never heard of her taking these type of drugs. Clearly, the same thing happened. He probably spiked her drink because they were drinking that night. Spiked her drink with whatever the fentanyl drug that was found in her system and other drugs. I think she had crack. Okay, she had all kind of stuff. I don't remember all the drugs, you guys. You guys look it up. But she had a bunch of drugs in her system. People are saying she's not the type to take drugs. And all of a sudden, this one night that she happens to be at this house, she all of a sudden is found with these drugs in her system out of nowhere. So I think he probably spiked it. He got away with it. He's not been arrested. So there's been so many stories of like this in the media. And so people like this woman here can get in their mind that, hey, if I date this particular ethnicity group, I can do what I want and basically get away with it. And I can just claim I am this innocent person who has been battered by this big black man. And I am just this docile woman who is innocent in all of this. So I really think that could be an issue too, because why is she particularly choosing this one ethnic group? Why? It just seems kind of interesting. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this story. It's going to be continually evolving. That's why I thought it was good to bring it up, because this case is going to become a huge case as it develops. I'm just letting you guys know it will be all over the place. It's already is, but it's going to get even bigger as it unfolds, because this woman is just roaming around scot-free and people are becoming more and more enraged about it. So let me know what you guys think. It's a very sad situation. I pray rest in peace to poor Christian Toby and I pray for his family. They do have a GoFundMe. They have at least raised over $45,000 so far, but they at least have one. And if I find any sources, I will post it in the description for you. All right, take care, guys. God bless.